Let me ask you something. What do you think is the single most expensive mistake you can make on a pig farm? It's not a feed miscalculation. It's not a biosecurity breach. It's choosing the wrong gilt. So in this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how to avoid that mistake and how to select the perfect gilt, an investment that will pay dividends for generations.
So what do you think is the most important animal on your farm? Is it your best performing sow? Maybe your top breeding boar? Nope. What if I told you the answer is actually different?
That's right. It's the young female pigs, the gilts, that you select today. They are going to dictate the success and the profitability of your entire operation for years and years to come.
So let's dive into why this single decision is the absolute backbone of your herd's future.
Just remember this. The gilt contributes half, 50% of the genetic quality to every single piglet she produces. That makes her selection a massive leverage point for improving your whole herd.
Now, great selection, it starts before you even look at the animal itself. It actually begins with understanding the genetics.
Okay, so you can think of the genotype as the architect's blueprint, right? It's that invisible potential that's locked inside the animal's DNA.
The phenotype, on the other hand, well, that's the finished building. It's the physical expression of that genetic blueprint, all the stuff you can actually see.
And here's the crucial point. You need both. A great blueprint is pretty much useless if the final structure is flawed. And that is exactly why a visual inspection is absolutely non-negotiable.
You know, this isn't a one-time decision. It's really a journey, and it's one that starts right in the farrowing unit.
You see, you should be assessing gilts continuously. You start with a big group at weaning, and then you just gradually narrow it down to the top candidates over time.
And here's a pro tip. Start with at least 2.5 times the number of replacement gilts you'll actually need. This gives you the flexibility to be super strict in your selection and only keep the absolute best animals for your herd. Okay, let's move on to the main event, the final visual assessment. We can actually break this down into 3 simple pillars. First up, structure. This is the chassis that has to support multiple large litters for years, so it has to be flawless. Second, reproduction. This is all about the machinery for producing healthy, large litters. And speaking of which, 12 is the absolute minimum number of functional teats a gilt should have. That's to make sure she can accommodate a large litter. And third, her overall health and condition. You're looking for a robust, thriving animal that is ready for all the demands that come with breeding.
So, you have made your selection, but the journey isn't over yet. Proper development is absolutely key to ensuring she has a long and productive life.
Now, what's really interesting here is that this shows the trifecta of readiness. Hitting these targets for age, weight, and fat reserves is just crucial for getting optimum fertility. And listen, a slower, more controlled growth curve on a conservative diet is far, far better for her long-term structural health.
And this brilliantly illustrates the process for timing that first mating just perfectly. It's all about recognizing the clear signs of standing heat.
You know, this quote from our source material really drives the point home. The work you do up front pays dividends that you just can't replicate later on.
So the final takeaway is this. Every single gilt you choose is a decision that builds your farm's future, so make it a great one.